Hey guys, I just got done installing this brand new Sony unit. It's the XAV-AX5500. Here's the box. And like I said, we just got finished installing this in a 2015 Subaru STI. And my first impression of this unit is I love just how clean it is, and I love the how flush the bezel is. It fits just like almost OEM. So you can totally flush out the bezel depending on the install and the application, of course. But if you take your time and get the right dash kit, you can totally flush it out. The only part that sticks out just a little bit is this bottom control panel here. But the fitment of it and it is perfect, and it just looks extremely sleek. The video quality of it is incredible. It's a crystal clear screen. What I really like is the responsiveness of it. I mean, it feels like an iPhone essentially. Just even like simple scroll actions. It's extremely responsive. So far, really impressed. But let me dive into some details of the unit here. So this is your home screen. When you fire up, this is what you get. Obviously you have radio, you've got Sirius XM as an option. You do need a module to make that work. Of course, you've got Bluetooth audio that works out of the box. Your phone will sync up as soon as you hook up the Bluetooth. You've got WebLink, which is how you do the mirroring to your smartphone. And then of course you've got CarPlay for Apple or Android. If you scroll over here, you have a couple more options. You have USB port number 2. So that is another port that's optional for music only. And then you have a rear camera option, and then you have some settings. So since we're here, I'll go ahead and dive into the settings. If we click general here, most of the settings here are pretty straightforward, but language, date, time, you can turn the beep off. If I turn it on, that's what it sounds like. Personally, I like to keep it off. You've got steering wheel controls, which is really cool. That saved about 50 bucks on this particular install because we did not have to buy another steering control module. We were able to just hook it up directly, and when you click on this, you can hit custom, and you can actually program, hit this guy right here, you can program the steering wheel controls by, I'll just do one right here to show you. You push and hold which one you want to assign, and then you come over on the steering wheel and you push the button that you want. Now it wouldn't let me do it because I already set it, but it took 2 seconds to set that up, so it's awesome. You can even have the option of the driving position from left to right side. Let's see what else we got here. That's all pretty standard. Sound options, if you click on here, it has an extra bass option. I've been playing with it. Obviously it's hard to give you guys a demo of that, but it works very well. Then you've got all your standard EQ stuff here. Visual, not a ton you can change on the visual side of things. You can change the brightness and the illumination based on when you turn, like I'm going to turn the headlights on, for example, so you can see it dimmed a little bit. You can control how intense that is, and then if you click wallpaper, you can choose your wallpaper. It comes preset with a handful of different options here. I'll scroll through, and then I actually went ahead and uploaded this one, so we kind of have a picture of the car here. You do have to plug in a standard thumb drive with an image on it to upload it. If we go back here, let's see what else, and then your Bluetooth settings are here if you want to hook up your Bluetooth device, but it's pretty standard. Nothing too special there. I'll go ahead and click on radio. It's got all your standard radio features, just like you would expect anything else. It's got 3 FM channels and 2 AM channels here. You can cycle through them by clicking up here. Let's go through. So FM, standard seek buttons and all that. You do have options up here as well. It'll pre-tune if you click that BTM button, and it'll basically select all of the local radio stations for you, which is kind of nice. Let's go back. I don't have a Sirius hooked up currently, so I cannot show you that one. Bluetooth audio, if I click on that, let's go ahead and reconnect. Actually, let's go ahead and hook up this other phone here. So let's go into pairing mode. Let's hop on this phone and go to Bluetooth. Let's go ahead and pair this phone here. So it's already connected, so simple as that. So let's go back home. Bluetooth audio is now connected. You can click on your phone. The first time you do it, you do have to go through the sync process to sync up your contacts. That will take a minute. And then what's really cool here is that you do have options to set favorites. So you can set 6 different favorites here. You can click on this button here to scroll through your entire phone book. Like I said, the first time you do it, it does take a while because it has to import your entire phone book. But it takes about 3-4 minutes once it does it. Then it's super fast after that import process. Let's dive into Apple CarPlay. This is pretty much what most people are going to be using the most. So let's try that guy out. So cool, there you go. Once you click on that and once you connect your device, as soon as you connect your device, the first time you turn it on, it'll actually automatically hook up right to CarPlay, which is nice. If you click this button here, this is like your home screen basically. It will show you a map currently of where you're at. Whatever you have set as your common destinations will show up here, and then whatever music you have playing will show up here. So you can tap that one more time, and this will basically give you all of your apps that you have set up. So CarPlay apps are pretty specific. There's not a ton of them available. They will show up automatically if they are compatible with CarPlay. And then you can control actually the order that these are displayed from your cell phone itself. So you do that, actually I'll show you real quick. You go to your settings. I like to just pull down on an iPhone specifically, go to search, and if you type in CarPlay, then you can pull up that, click on the device there, and then click on Customize. And then from here, it will show you all your CarPlay apps, and what you can do is you can drag and drop to move things around, and if I do it here, you'll see it update in real time. So I like my phone first, and then my maps, and then I actually want Spotify up here. So if I move that around, you can see everything's updated there. So that's super convenient. You also have, your phone here as well. So you can set up favorites. There's obviously no favorites set. You can see your recent, you can see all your contacts here, and then you have a normal dial pad, and you can even review your voicemail here as well. So let's go back here. What else? Obviously Apple Maps is going to work with Apple CarPlay the best because it's all Apple. Simple as just clicking that. If you happen to have your your home programmed already, then it's super easy and convenient to just one-click it. Obviously you have full access to Siri as well, so you can speak to get a destination. And then you have access to your phone settings through here as well, which is pretty cool. Most important here is the do not disturb while driving. It's a pretty cool feature that they have, just built in. So as soon as your phone is hooked up and it knows you're driving, it will basically mute everything so you are not disturbed while driving at all, which is really cool. Let's go back home here. There are no other settings for the Apple CarPlay. So let's click this web link button. So the first time that you click this, when your phone is connected, it will give you a prompt on your phone to download the web link app. So once you go ahead and download that app, just like you do any other app, you do have the option to now mirror your phone. So when you open up the app here, it looks like this, and then you will click this button in the top right here, and it will ask you to screen broadcast, and then you just click start broadcast. Takes 3 seconds to start, and now that's it. There you go. So now you can see it's basically mirroring the phone here. So if you open up like a web browser, for example, obviously horizontal is going to work a little bit better. but you can see that it is totally mirroring the image that's on this phone here. This could be pretty cool if you have like a specific app that you really want to mirror. I've been looking into personally for this STI, maybe some data logging apps or something that can show like G-forces or something like that. I think it would be cool for me to be able to leave the phone down here. I can have those apps running and I'll be able to see those stats, you know, in real time. So that's something that I may use it for. But definitely a cool feature. Overall, the unit, it's really clean. It's really easy to use. The user experience of it is just extremely simple. It's very similar to, I would say, Apple. It seems like they kind of took you know, a model after Apple here. Not a ton of options, not a ton of customization. Kind of has like everything you need, nothing that you don't, I would say. Another cool feature is that it does have this back button. You can essentially click that back button and it'll bring you back to wherever you left off last, which is really cool. So if you're in like CarPlay, for example, let me click on that. If I go home here and I click that back button again, it'll bring me right back to CarPlay.